Good morning. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Mindset Monday this morning. I'm happy to be here today, and I hope you're happy to be here today. I would love it is as you're filing in, drop your name in the comment box, say hey, throw a wave out, who's here, where are you from, and I'm just happy you're here. So thanks for being here. And today I want to talk about the power of showing up. I want to talk about the power of not just showing up, but what we need to do when we show up. So it might be a quick one today, but today's about showing up. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining in. I see you, Michael. I see you. I see you guys. Thank you for joining in. Everyone's filing in this morning. We're talking about the importance of showing up, but not just showing up, what we need to do when we show up. I want to tell you a little personal story. I've been going to the gym for so many years of my life, right? And I've worked out with trainers for a good part of me going to the gym because I make sure I have a portion of what I make uh, financially, and I put that towards my personal well-being, because especially going to the gym and moving my body and working out with a trainer. Why do I work out with a trainer? Because I can't be held responsible for getting to the gym myself. So it's an accountability thing for me. Anybody here, can you relate to that? If you don't have an accountability person, that maybe you're not going to show up. Is that just me out here floating around? So um, so my trainer, who I love, I've been working out with this specific trainer for probably the past 2 years. His name's Cedric, and he is amazing. And um, so, yeah, you can relate to me, Brenna. Last year I had to stop playing tennis. And for those of you who know me, tennis is like, it was heart wrenching that I had to stop playing tennis because it's like my everything. I watch tennis. I play tennis multiple times a week. I was in a tennis league. And not only am I a little bit of a competitive person, but I love the strategy of it. I love the game of it. And the result of that and the side effect of that, I guess, is that I got great cardio. It was great movement. And it was just, I got my sweat on. It was great. And so when I stopped doing that, because my body was like, you're done. My knees, my hips, they were like, if you want to walk later in life, you're going to stop. So, um, as a result of stopping, I haven't really gotten my cardio game on because I mean, I did tennis because I loved it, not to get a cardio workout, but I got a cardio workout. So now my trainer's like, you need to get your cardio game on, right? And so I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? Get on a treadmill? I mean, is that just such a bore? So, I mean, not to mention that during COVID, I got a Peloton and I used my Peloton quite a bit during COVID. And now it's in my workout room. And every day I walk by it and I kind of look at that Peloton and I wave to it. And I'm like, "Ugh, I got to get on that thing." I mean, can you guys relate? Do you have any workout stuff at your house that you're just looking at and you're like, one day I'll use that? So today, if you're just dropping in, we're talking about just showing up. And maybe showing up isn't enough, but showing up is step one. So I'm going to get to the business stuff, but first I got to finish this story. So my trainer is saying to me, you got to get your cardio game on, Carrie. It's like you need to start building your stamina up again. Okay. So he's like, you got to get on that Peloton, seriously. And so he's been telling me this for like the last couple months. And so every time I see him, which is a couple times a week, he asked me, have you gotten on the Peloton? And I really want to lie, but I can't. And I was just like, I just haven't, but I will, but I haven't, but I will. So last week, he looks me square in the eyes and he says, KD, that's what he calls me, KD. KD, You're going to sit on that Peloton for 10 minutes, and I don't even care if you don't pedal. You're just going to go, you're going to get your padded shorts on, and you're going to clip those shoes into those pedals. And I don't care if you don't pedal, you're just going to sit there. And I'm like, seriously? He's like, yeah, 10 minutes. I don't even care. Don't pedal. Just go sit on the bike. Go scroll on your phone. Go get a book. I don't care. Go sit on the Peloton. So I was like, oh, that's weird, but okay. So I decided last week that I was just going to go sit on the bike. I mean, that's what he told me to do. I had no desire to go ride the Peloton. So I put my shorts on and I'm like, I'm going to just carve 10 minutes out. I mean, how bad can it be? I'm going to go sit there and I'm going to go just do my social media. So, I mean, I'm such a rebel. So I go and I clipped in and I got all my little seat right and clipped in. I mean, I didn't even know if the bike needed an update. I didn't even know if it still worked. That's how long it had been. So I sat there, and of course I'm not going to sit there and not pedal. So I start messing with the screen, and I decide to go back to one of the trainers and, inside the Peloton app that I really loved, Allie Love. And I thought I'm just going to do a 10-minute like warm-up ride because I just hadn't been on it for a long time. So I punched in my 10-minute warm-up ride. I did a 10-minute warm-up ride, and I thought, okay, fine. I did 10 minutes, so I was able to go back to my workout and say, when Cedric said, did you get on your Peloton? I was like, yeah, I got on it. And I didn't just sit there, I pedaled my feet. My legs were working. He's like, okay, well, I want you to do that again today after our workout. I'm like, well, fine. So I went home, got back on it again, and I did a 15-minute moderate ride, and it was fine, and it was like a nothing burger. And so that was the second time. And then the next day I got back on it again, and I did a 20-minute moderate ride. And then I thought yesterday I didn't want to do anything, but I got back on it again. I thought I'm just going to sit on it, but I didn't. And I also thought to myself, I'm going to be here for 20 minutes. I at least want to sweat because I thought about my goal, and my goal was movement. And my goal was that I start sweating again, because when I was playing tennis, right, my goal was to get back to that again. So showing up is one thing, showing up and sitting on the bike is one thing, but then if I'm not doing the action, then I'm not getting closer to that goal. So I thought I'm going to just put on another trainer that I liked on the Peloton app, who's super fun. And I did a pop ride with Cody Rigsby. If you guys know him, he's super fun. And I did a pop ride for 20 minutes. So I thought, if I'm going to be here for 20 minutes, and it got me a little breathy and got me going. And I thought, this is now kind of fun because it's interactive and it's fun. And I could see getting back into this again. And I could see this now getting me closer to what my own personal fitness goal is, which is building my stamina back, which is one of my personal fitness goals. So it got me thinking, that I need a coach in my own life, which is why I have a fitness coach, because left to my own devices, I am not going to go to the gym and do the weights that I need to do to build my body and make sure my bones are strong and make sure that I have the strength I need to move around this world, and to tell me what I need to do in that arena. I just know that about myself. And I also know that, this was a really big lesson, and I think aha moment and reminder to me this past week when Cedric said to me, I want you to just show up. I want you to just show up. I don't even want you to pedal. I just want you to go sit on that bike and don't pedal. He knew damn well that I was going to pedal. He knew damn well that I wasn't just going to sit there with my feet clipped into that bike and not pedal. And I think we're the same way, that sometimes we need to show up and know what work is in front of us. And if we show up, we're going to do the work. But we have to show up the right way with the right accountability. And as leaders, and I know this so well, it's so isolating sometimes. Throw me a comment if you can relate to this. Leadership is isolating, or can be super isolating sometimes, because you're running the show. You're supporting other people in their goals. Who's supporting you in your goals? Who's doing that? You're the one running the show. You have a million things going on. And sometimes we get bogged down by the million things that we have going on. And we forget that we have to show up for ourselves and have our own action plan and our own accountability partners or coaches to do the things that we need to do in order to inch our way closer to our goals. So who does that for us? Yeah, Alexa says it's isolating moments, and those moments are hard. Yeah, Natalie, we know that's true, right? Yeah, that's hard. Leadership is hard. No one said go open a business because it's the easiest job on the planet. It's freaking hard. Whether you're an owner of a business, and hi, Laura, good to see you. You're a manager of a business. It's tough to run a business, to be the boss, to help support people doing everything that needs to get done so that they're hitting their goals. We got into the job that we have supporting people because that's what we wanted to do, but we didn't know that we would take ourselves and put that over here on a shelf on hold. We didn't know that that was part of that. And then what are we doing to help ourselves to stay on track, to be accountable, and to keep going, to make sure we show up for what we need to get done. So, when I didn't want to show up yesterday on that ride, and I just decided to go and sit on the bike and scroll through different trainers to see if anybody jumped out at me and maybe I'd pedal. And I saw Cody, which is one of my favorite trainers on Peloton, and he was dressed in all pink. And he's just so hilarious. He was in all pink, and I thought, I think I need him today. And right when I started the ride, he said, I didn't want to show up today. And I just thought, okay, universe, is this what I needed today? He said, I didn't want to show up today. And maybe you didn't want to show up today either. But you got here. You got here. Now start pedaling. And I'm relating that to here. You got here today. You got in this live today, or maybe you're listening to it recorded later. You came to this later and you're listening to it, but you got here, you're listening. And listening isn't enough. It's the action that you're going to take after to do something different that you haven't been doing to get you closer to your goal. So just listening or doing your research or me sitting on that bike and not pedaling isn't enough. It's not going to get me to my stamina goal, or you just showing up here might not or isn't going to get you to your business goal. It's going to be you showing up, and then the micro actions that you take after, the micro or the macro actions that you take after, that's going to get you closer. But just showing up alone won't get you there. But the first step is showing up. So, all right, I have a few tips and tricks that I use and have used in my life that I'm going to just throw out there, and maybe one of them or two or three will stick with you. The goal is, I think for me, as I move through this thing called life, is to just be a better version of myself, right? To be a better version of myself at work, to get closer to my bigger goals at work, to be a better version of myself at home, to my family, to make sure I'm healthy, that I can move well. And so what do I need to do to get that done? Accountability is something that I need. I have to have that. If I don't have this accountability thing, I mean, look, me getting on that Peloton is like, I mean, I do have to lean on myself for that. Like, no one's forcing me to get on that bike. So I do have to lean on myself. That's just scary. But another thing I'm going to be doing is swimming. And because I have started swimming also with my trainer, but I need to be doing it more consistently. And so one of my friends at the gym also swims. She's a great swimmer. I've seen her at the pool. So last week I reached out to her. We exchanged numbers, and so we're going to set up a swim date once a week, because I know that at 5:30 in the morning, kids, I'm not putting on my suit. It's freaking freezing out. I'm not going to go to that pool and get in that pool without telling someone I'm going to meet them there. But I know that I'm super responsible. So if I tell you I'm going to meet you, I am going to meet you. So like now I have to set a play date with a friend of mine at the pool at 5:30 in the morning just to get there so that I can start swimming, because I know I'm not going to do it on my own. You see what I'm saying? All right. So here are my 3 tips and tricks. I'm opening up my vulnerability heart to you, letting you know that there's nothing perfect going on over here on this side of the screen, right? I have to set all of these things up so that I can get stuff done for myself. All right. First and foremost is set micro goals. Micro goals, small goals. So showing up is step 1 for all of these. You got to just show up. Go sit on the bike and don't pedal. You know, if that's what's going to get you to the bike, then just go to the bike and sit and don't pedal. But I know you're going to pedal, but just go sit on the bike. I mean, I thought that Cedric was super smart. He goes, just go sit on the bike and don't pedal. And I was like, okay, but he knew what I was going to be doing, and I know what you're going to be doing. So set every single day, set a baby tiny micro goal. And if that goal is for your personal life or your business, what is the micro goal that's going to get you a little bit farther? Because if you can set that every single day, something small, you're going to be able to look back and say, look how far I've come. But if you're not in action, guys, if we're not in action, there's no movement. And we're going to be looking back in 6 months from now and say, I should have just been doing something little. So what do you need to get done that's going to catapult you forward? So, okay, let me see what I wrote down here. We want to do our micro goals. And if we set our little micro goals each day, that is in alignment with the big goal. So my big goal is to be building my stamina back that I had when I was playing tennis. So the Peloton is one thing, the swimming is going to be another. So I have to take these little baby steps along the way to start building that back up, because I don't want to like be breathless. I'm too young. I mean, hello, I need to have that stamina back again that I had, you know, when I was super cardio active like that. All right, set micro goals. That's step 1. Step 2, find an accountability partner. This is really important. And I think there are parameters to finding accountability partners. So I told you that I found a swim partner, right? Now, I didn't find any swim partner. I know that my friend Nora, who I've known for so many years, that I just started seeing at the gym, and I see her at the pool, she's a swimmer and she goes on her own to swim, right? So I know that she already has this baseline that is, she's a better swimmer than I am, and she's already going. So I'm going to hook up with an accountability partner with somebody that is A, already doing it, and B, she's better than I am. Why am I going to find an accountability partner that I'm going to have to drag along? I mean, poor Nora, that she's going to have to drag me along. She doesn't know that yet. She doesn't know that yet. So find an accountability partner that is at least your equal, if not better, so that you are elevating yourself to the next level and you are going to step up, because she's not going to know she's dragging me along, because I'm going to be showing up and I'm going to be keeping step. She might have more stamina than me going back and forth, but I'm going to be pushing myself and I'm going to show up, and my goal is to keep pace. I may not be able to, but she's not going to be looking at me saying she's not as good as I am, because I'm going to be there and I'm going to be showing up. So find an accountability partner that's at least where you are, if not better. The third thing is hire a coach. Hire a business coach. If you have not considered hiring a business coach, I mean, this is hiring a business coach for me years ago was the best thing that I did for my business. It helped me completely build my foundation. It helped me stay on track. And I know this with my clients. I mean, we meet every other week, twice a month. There's homework in between. We're building the foundation. And with some of my clients that I'm working with, that I've been working with for quite a while, our meetings now are like mastermind groups where we are just now elevating. A lot of the broken pieces are fixed, and now we are elevating. And so find for yourself a system that's going to work for you so that you can continue to get closer to the goals that you're setting out for yourself, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your business life. And, showing up, I'm just going to kind of go back, because we started talking about just showing up when I had to just go show up and sit on the bike. But showing up with no action attached to it is not going to further your cause. And my commitment when I show up here every week is to help you further your cause. That's why I'm here. I'm here because it helps me further my cause, because it continues to remind me I'm accountable to myself and to you guys. I feel like if I don't show up, like I need to show up. I don't know why. I feel like I need to show up, but it keeps me accountable to keep innovating. I feel like it keeps me accountable to you guys also, and it helps me. So this is like one of the systems that I have for myself, for my Carrie Davis consulting business. But I'm committed to help you to further your cause and to get closer to your goals. So showing up here is great. What I want to know, and I want you guys to message me and let me know, whether you drop it in the comments or whether you message me later in the week. What have you done? Maybe it's one of these steps, maybe it's something different. What have you done to further your accountability cause to make sure that you're getting closer to your goal? That's what I'd like to know. That would make me feel good. So after hearing this, what are you doing to start pedaling? Not just sitting on the bike. What are you doing to start pedaling? I'd like to hear that. So listen, if you think one of your options is to get a coach, call me. You know how to get in touch with me. If you're here, you know how to get in touch with me. Let's talk. Maybe it is time for you to get a coach. Maybe it's not. But the action around showing up is to make a call and to have a conversation and to decide. Or maybe it's to reach out to somebody and get an accountability partner. And maybe one of your little micro goals is to call somebody. Whatever that is for you. I hope that today has helped. I hope it's triggered some inspiration for you. And I had fun talking about it. So I hope you guys have an amazing week. And I look forward to checking in again next week. If you have any topics that you want me to cover, throw me a comment and let's talk about it. All things leadership, business, at this point, life, right? Doesn't it all tie together? So I'm here for it. I hope you guys had a great morning. I sure did. I'll catch you on the flip side. Good? Have a great week. Bye.